Hi friends, it's Jennifer from Live, Laugh, Love to Read. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on The Story of Arthur Truluv by Elizabeth Berg. So this is book 1 in a series, and I actually read book number 2 first, not realizing that it was a series. It was called Night of Miracles. If you haven't already seen that book review, it's a few videos back. So when I realized that it was book number 2 in a series, I had already read it anyway, I think. Anyway, I had read on Goodreads that it didn't matter, that they could be read as standalone, so that was great. But I enjoyed it so much that I went to the library and got book 1. I'm giving this book 4 stars. This was really good. The third one is not out yet until, like, I want to say November 26th or something like that I seen online. So I will definitely be getting that one because I really enjoyed it. So let me tell you what this one is about. Says, for the past 6 months, Arthur Moses's days have looked the same. He tends to his rose garden and to Gordon, his cat. Then rides the bus to the cemetery to visit his beloved late wife for lunch. The last thing Arthur would imagine is for one unlikely encounter to utterly transform his life. So Arthur goes to the cemetery every day at lunch, takes his lunch with him. So he goes at lunchtime and he has lunch with his wife Nola, who has died 6 months before. And he sits and has his lunch every day. But before he does that, he walks through the cemetery and he stops at different people's graves that he didn't know. And he can feel and see these people's lives. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, he's like, oh, Edward died this day, born this day. He was an avid football watcher. He was a professor at the college, and every night before he went to bed, he kissed his mother's picture, blah, blah, or whatever. So every time he goes to visit his wife, he stops and he visits these other graves, and he can hear and see these people's lives, which I found kind of fascinating. Even though, I mean, it's a book, so it's fiction, but you know what? I thought it was cool. So, 18-year-old Maddie Harris is an introspective girl who visits the cemetery to escape the other kids at school. So, Maddie, who is 18, but she's still in high school, for some unknown reason, is an outcast at her school. Nobody likes her. She doesn't have any friends. There's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong. Nothing's ever happened, but yeah, she's very lonely. And her mother died when she was 2 weeks old, so she's only had her father this whole time of her life, and he's so grief-stricken, even the years later, that he's not a very good father at all. So he's not there, even though he's there. Yeah. One afternoon, she joins Arthur, a gesture that begins a surprising friendship between two lonely souls. Moved by Arthur's kindness and devotion, Maddie gives him the nickname Truluv. One word. And it's spelled T-R-U-L-U-V. As Arthur's neighbor Lucille moves into their orbit, the unlikely trio band together and through heartache and hardships help one another rediscover their own potential to start anew. So Lucille is Arthur's next door neighbor. Now Arthur is in his 80s and so is Lucille. So Lucille likes to bake, and so she's always taking baked goods over to him and trying to feed him, But what I really liked about this book is that Arthur and Lucille and Maddie form their own little family. Yeah, it's totally cool. Some other things happen. It's just one of those really feel-good books that, yeah, it's just one of them feel-good books. I don't want to tell you too much because you want to read it. It's not a very big book. Like It's only 222 pages, so it's not very big. The second book, Night of Miracles, is actually bigger. Let's see if I can give you a picture of that. Here's one on my phone. Like I said, I read this one too, and I read it first. And I did a book review on it a few videos back. I read it on my Kindle. So I actually got it free. It was either on Amazon Prime, or it was ebook from the library. I can't remember which. And then I got this one free from the library. Yay! So if you have ever read Elizabeth Berg, or if you haven't, like me, I never had before, and now I've read 2 books by her, and I plan on reading more. But if you haven't, you need to check her out. I really liked it. 4 stars. And if you like this video, give me a like and a subscribe. And don't forget to check back for all of my new book videos coming up. Also, you want to see my shirt? All right, I want to show you my shirt. It says, "Hide your crazy and start acting like a lady." If you know what that's from, tell me in the comments section below. That's all I got for today. Thanks, friends. I'll see you next time.